Welcome to our letter of the day video. Today's letter is the letter Z, the last letter of the alphabet. There are 26 letters and Z is the very last one. It looks like this, uppercase and lowercase. To do the sign language for Z, you just need your pointer finger and you just pretend that you're writing letter Z in the sky. This is the sign language for letter Z. Let's go all the way back and see if we remember all the letters. Are you ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Good job. Well, let's see if we can decorate the letter Z. In the story that we're going to read today for story time, there's a little dog named Zoomer. Z is for Zoomer. That's our theme today, that story about the little dog. And Zoomer doesn't want to go to school. We'll find out why, but he doesn't want to get on the school bus. So to decorate the letter Z, I thought we would just make some tracks, like school bus tracks. Now, I didn't have a school bus. I did have a Hot Wheel truck. So I put some black paint on a piece of, on a paper plate, and I'm just gonna zoom around with these wheels, and I'm gonna make some tracks, just like the school bus might make. Zoom. Okay, so you can make some tracks. It kind of also looks like a zebra. Z is for zebra. I just rolled that truck and made some tracks like the school bus. Okay, now that we've decorated our letter Z, let's try to write letter Z, okay? To write the uppercase letter Z, we're just going to make a line that goes straight out like this. We're going to slide down, and then we're going to go back the other way. I like to say zig, zag, zig when I'm making the letter Z. So on the handwriting house, we're going to start at the top, trace the ceiling, slide down, and trace the green carpet. Zig, zag, zig. Zig, zag, zig. This is the uppercase letter Z. Okay, now let's take a look at the lowercase z. It's going to be exactly like the big Z. It's just going to be smaller. Zig, zag, zig. And on the handwriting house, it's going to be located downstairs. So you can trace across the middle, slide down, and make another line that goes back. Zig, zag, zig. There you go. That's the lowercase z. You can pause and practice, or you can practice later after class. Well, let's talk about the sound that letter Z makes. To make the letter Z sound, you have to take your teeth and put them together and then blow through your teeth like this. Zzz. It kind of sounds like a bumblebee, doesn't it? Zzz. That's what letter Z says. Z says zzz, 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 as in Zoomer. Z says zzz, zzz, zzz. Well, for our fun activity that helps to make that sound stick, we're going to be doing a directed drawing of the little dog in the story named Zoomer. So what I'd like for you to do is get some paper or a whiteboard, or you can just watch me if you don't want to do that right now. But I'm going to be showing you how to draw Zoomer, the little dog in the story. You have to listen for directions and see if you can follow along. Okay, the first thing that you're going to do is make an oval. The oval is going to be sideways like this. This is called horizontal. Up and down is vertical, side to side is horizontal. On top of the oval, you're going to draw a rainbow. Okay, now on each side of the rainbow, we're going to make some ears for our Zoomer dog. So just make these 2 lines across on each side. Now we're going to make a circle under the oval. It's going to be a big circle because that's his body. Just make a circle, but when you can't go any further, then stop. So really, it's just a part of a circle. Next, we're going to give him some legs in the front. So just make 2 right at the front part of that circle. Those are his front legs. He's sitting down, so we're going to make 2 legs kind of at the back like that. Looks like he's sitting. He needs a tail, of course, so he can wag it when he feels happy. So just draw a little tail on the back. And then let's give him a face. We're going to make a nose. We're going to make a mouth. And then we're going to give him 2 eyes. Well, there you go. That's our little Zoomer dog from the story. And what does letter Z say? Letter Z says Z, 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 as in Zoomer. Okay, now that we know what letter Z sounds like, let's blend. Can you tell me what the vowels are? The vowels are A, E, I, O, and U. Okay, let's put letter Z with each of these vowels and blend the 2 sounds together. Z, A, za, z, e, ze, z, I, Z. Good job. Z, ah, za. Z, za. Good job blending. Let's make a few words. I think you're ready for that. Let's make this first one turn into the word sap. So what letter makes this sound like this? P, 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 as in popcorn. P, p, p. That is the letter P. So let's read. Zap, zap. Let's make this second one say Z. Z is a name, so I'm going to change this little Z to a big uppercase Z. Z. What letter do I need right here? What letter says D, 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 D? Like when you're knocking on the door. That's letter D. Z. Z. This last one, I want to say zig. So what letter says g, 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 g? That's letter G. Let's read zig. Zig. Like zig, zag, zig when we're writing letter Z. Well, you did a great job blending and reading, and I'd like for you to keep on reading the sight words that I have for us today. Do you remember what this word is? Come. Can you say come? Good. Here. Can you say here? You. You. One more time. Come here, you. Okay, so let's read our sight word reader, and all of the things that we're going to see start with the letter Z. Okay, so here we go. Put your finger right here where the first dot is, and every time you say a word, then move your finger to the next dot, okay? Come here, you zipper. Come here, you zipper, so I can zip you up. Let's do the next one. Come here, you zebra. Come here, you zebra. I'm going to change the last one just a bit. So I'm going to add to and the. Okay, I'm going to add that right after. All right, so let's read this. I know you can do it. Come here, you, to the. So what's this? Place it starts with a Z. Z. Zoo. Come here, you, to the zoo. You did a great job with our handwriting and phonics and reading time. And now it's time for math. And I need to tell you something else about our story for story time. The little dog named Zoomer doesn't want to go to school, but he wants to do lots of other things like blow bubbles. So today for math, we're going to pop some bubbles. This is called bubble bump. So I'm going to say a number, and then I want you to point to the number, and I'm going to pop the bubble. Are you ready? See if you can find number 4. You point, and I'll pop it for us. Pop. There's number 4. Can you find number 3? Where's number 3? Pop. There's number 3. Can you find number 5? Where's 5? There it is. Pop. Can you find number 8? It looks like a snowman. Pop. There's number 8. Can you find number 6? There it is. Can you find number 10? 10 is a 1 and a 0. Where is the number 10 bubble? There it is. Pop. Can you find number 2? Pop. Can you find number 9? Pop. Can you find number 11? 11 is a 1 and a 1. There it is. Pop. Can you find number 12? 12 is a 1 and a 2. Good job. Pop. Can you find number 7? It's the last one. Good job. Wow, you did a great job popping bubbles. Well, Zoomer doesn't want to get on the school bus, so we're going to do one more math activity. We're going to see if we can put these buses in order from the least to the greatest. The way that you do that is you have to think about counting. When you count 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, think about what number you say first. That's going to be the least. So what number, 2, 0, 1, or 3, do you say first? We say 0 first, so that's the least. What do we say next? 0, 1. What's after that? 2. And what's last? 3. 3 is the greatest. So we put the numbers in least to greatest in order from least to greatest. All right, let's do the next one, okay? Okay, for the next one, let's do this one. All right, so what number would you say first if you were counting? 5, 4, 3, or 2? We would say 2 first, so 2 is the least. What's next? 3. What's after that? 4, and then 5. So 5 is the greatest. Good job putting these order from least to greatest. Let's do one more, okay? Okay, which is the smaller number or the least? 6, 3, 4, or 5? 3. If I were counting 1, 2, 3, 3 would be the first one I came to. What would be after 3? 4, and then 5, and 6 is the greatest. Good job. Well, the little doggy Zoomer in the story is brown. So that's our color for today, brown. Let's see if you remember how to spell brown. There is a color we all know. Can you guess what it is? B-R-O-W-N. 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 That's how you spell brown. We're going to do something fun for our shape practice today. The little doggy loves to blow bubbles. In the story, he's going for a world record. He wants to blow the biggest bubble ever. So we are going to do some shape practice today with bubbles. Okay, so can you tell me what shape is this bubble? That's a circle. What shape is this bubble? It has 3 sides. That's a triangle. Let's continue. What shape is this bubble? It has 4 sides. Square. What shape is this bubble? It's a rectangle. Good work. What shape is this bubble? It has 5 sides. That is a pentagon. Can you say pentagon? A pentagon has 5 sides. This bubble has 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What shape has 6 sides? That's a hexagon. Hexagon. Let's do the next one. What shape is this? That's an oval. What shape is this? Diamond. Good job. Let's try the next one. What shape is this? This is a trapezoid. Can you say trapezoid? And what shape is this? It's a star. Well, I'm going to give you a star sticker because you did a great job remembering all those shapes. Well, now it's time for art, and we're going to combine art and science today. So meet me over at the art table, okay? For art, we're going to be making a homemade bubble wand. So I just have some pipe cleaners, and I'm going to twist it around like this. Okay, now I made one already, and this is in the shape of a circle, so I think I'm going to make this one in the shape of a heart. Okay, now I could be done, but I think instead of leaving it like this, I'm going to put some beads on the wand. I have one that I've already finished, so you can see I put beads all the way down. So here are my homemade bubble wands. Now for science, we're going to be making some bubble solution. So let's move all this out of the way. And I have our science supplies ready to go. All right, there are those 2 bubble wands we just made. And to make the bubble solution, I'm going to be adding 1 cup of water. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of corn syrup, or you could just use regular old syrup. Regular old sugar from your kitchen. The sugar is just going to help the bubbles be a little bit stronger. Then I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of dish liquid. You can use any kind of dish liquid you would like. Now I'm going to stir that around. Okay. Now let's get our wands and let's see if we can make some bubbles. Wow. Those are really cool bubbles. So I'm going to try to use the heart-shaped wand now. Do you think I'm going to get heart-shaped bubbles? Let's find out. Wait a minute, that bubble looks just like the first one. Those don't look like hearts at all. So why did both bubbles come out looking like spheres? That has to do with science. Let's talk about a bubble for a moment. The outside of the bubble is kind of like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Take a look at this. So the outside of the bubble had some soap molecules, and in the middle of the 2 layers of soap molecules was water. So let me show you. There's a layer of soap molecules. That's kind of like a piece of bread. And in the middle of that, there are some water molecules. That's kind of like the peanut butter. And then there's some more soap molecules. So the molecules are tightly packed together, and I did something that made them even more tightly packed. I added sugar. So the sugar molecules filled in and made it even stickier so that those molecules could be nice and strong, and so our bubble wouldn't pop quite so easily. So inside the bubble, there is air. The air is trying to get out. It's pushing, and that's called force. It's pushing against all of the sides of the bubble from the inside out. It's pushing all equally in the same way. And so that's why the bubble looks the same all the way around, like a sphere, because the air inside is pushing out. That's a force. It's balanced. So that's how a bubble is formed. Okay, well, I'm going to read a story. It's finally time to hear about this zoomer that we've been learning about all during our lesson. Here he is, and look at the bubbles he is making. This story is called Zoomer by Ned Young. "Wake up, Dad!" shouted Cooper as he caught a fly ball. "You're missing the game." Dad's pillow had become home plate, even though neither the son nor Dad was up yet. "Okay, pups, time to get ready for school," announced Dad, wondering if he would be able to get the kids out the door on time while Mom was away on a trip. The twins, Hooper and Cooper, made their beds, but Zoomer, boing, 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 was bouncing up and down on his. "Zoomer," said Hooper, "what do you think you're doing?" "I'm not Zoomer," said Zoomer in a superhero voice. "I'm Power Puppy." "Well, whoever you are," said Cooper, "you'd better get ready for school." "I'm not going to school today," announced Zoomer. "I'm way too busy." "Yeah, right," said Hooper. "Good luck with that," said Cooper, and they both burst out laughing. "What would you boys like for breakfast?" called Dad. "Nachos," yipped Hooper. "Chili dogs," barked Cooper. "Very funny," said Dad. "I don't think so." "Hey, where's Zoomer?" "He says he's not going to school today," said Cooper. "He's way too busy," said Hooper. Just then, "Meow! Pretty cool, huh?" said Zoomer. "Pretty cool, but pretty loud too," said Dad. "Come on, all three of you, back upstairs to take a bath." "Yay!" exclaimed Zoomer. "I love bubbles." Dad was putting breakfast on the table when Hooper announced, "Zoomer's going for a world record and won't share the bubbles." "A world record in what?" asked Dad. "Blowing the world's biggest bubble," replied Hooper. Dad took a photograph to document Zoomer's accomplishment and reminded the pups to finish their bath and put on clean collars. As Dad was packing their lunch boxes, Cooper tattled, "Dad, Zoomer's playing with his food." "You know," said Dad to Zoomer, "the sandbox would be a better place to build things." "Wow, that's a great idea, Dad," said Zoomer. "But right now, you need to get ready for school," coaxed Dad. "No, thank you," said Zoomer politely. "I won't be going to school today," and off he ran. "I think he needs time out," said Hooper. Cooper nodded in agreement. "Hey, Dad," yelled Zoomer, "do we have any more sand? I think my brontosaurus would like a little brother." "Not now," said Dad. "You need to get ready for school." "I can't," shouted Zoomer. "I have a very full schedule today." While Hooper and Cooper were brushing their teeth, combing their hair, and practicing spelling words, Zoomer sailed a pirate ship. He drew pictures of the universe, and he performed a magic trick. Then Zoomer persuaded some birds to help him launch his rocket ship. "I don't know what to do," said Dad. "I can't figure Zoomer out. He's never acted this way before." "Ground him," said Hooper. "For a month," said Cooper. Dad just shook his head and counted the days until Mom would be back. Meanwhile, the rocket ship made a beautiful landing, and Zoomer proceeded to explore a strange world where everything was slanted. Greetings, inhabitants of the roof, declared Zoomer. I come in peace. The birds looked puzzled. Zoomer's rocket ship landed back on Earth right near the bus stop. Martians! Screamed Hooper. Save us! Yelled Cooper. Just then Zoomer emerged with a big grin. Zoomer, I don't understand, said Dad. You've always liked school. Why don't you want to go today? Because, Earthlings, said Zoomer into his microphone, today is Saturday. Look at Dad's face. He did all that work, but it's Saturday. There's no school on Saturday. So look what they did instead. It looks like they had a really fun barbecue. And look at them zooming down that slide. Well, maybe you can break a world record today for the biggest bubble, just like Zoomer. Whoa, I hope you had a fun time. I'll see you next time for our letter of the day. Goodbye, everyone.